they've tuned in to um, podcasts, just news outlets that are available on YouTube. They just don't watch the standard CNN, CBS.
Oh Lord.
What's that?
Oh, one of our followers, King, Mr. King himself. Yeah, who mom and dad that is? You gonna do that again?
I know, right? I
Don't
know,
talk
right?
about they running late for boots on the ground. So, okay, we appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it any way we can get it. But it's the 6 o'clock news still king. Like I said, I'm a news fan. I watch the news all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I used to.
Yeah.
I don't watch the news as much as I used to.
Yeah. But I watch it because I like to keep up with what's going on. But you have to be careful what you watch because they're telling you what they want you to hear. You know what I'm saying? They may leave out the truth. So we want to know, has the people's mic replaced the corporate mouthpiece? So this is what we're going to be talking about, whether those outlets, CNN, ABC, CBS, Paramount, all of those have actually left the building, and are they telling you the straight news, the truth?
Okay, I got
Okay,
you.
guys, so welcome back. This is to another episode of J&B Live Podcast where we keep it real, guys. We're going to keep it raw with you, and we're going to keep it relevant for the cultural and beyond because we want to inform you guys of what's going on. So I am your girl, Dr. B, and you already know I'm here with the one and only, my handsome co-host, ready to stir things up, Broker J3.
What's up? What's good, people? And as King say, we getting back from that boots on the ground. That's what caused us to be late. But when I'm in the building, we're gonna say what everybody's thinking but scared to, because that's how we do it here, Dr. B.
Yeah, we do. And like I said, today's topic is very interesting. We want you to chime in and let us know exactly what you guys are thinking. So what I want you to do is go grab your favorite drink. It doesn't matter what it is, because today we're talking about legacy media has left the building. So some folks are still stuck on CNN and those outlets. You have to be careful because they're telling you what you want to hear. So some guys have even moved on and transitioned to some podcasts. There's a lot of podcasts that I watch. I like Roland Martin. I like Jack.
Don Lemon.
Yeah, Don Lemon, one of my favorites, especially since he left CNN. He got fired from CNN. I don't even watch CNN anymore. And also another one I like is Media Touch. That's another one that I like to watch.
Midas Touch.
Midas Touch. Okay, that's another one that I like to watch as well. Okay, guys.
All right. So we got TikTok, telling news faster than local station. Just like even today, I was on TikTok and saw that they had some kind of event in Vegas where they had a lot of the traffic poles going down the street. It was all broken down. Now, I haven't heard none of this on the news, so why are we getting our news quicker from TikTok than we are from our local news? It's just not making sense. You got podcasts, live streams, folks on the ground recording in real time. We get those real time receipts, y'all. And the old gatekeepers, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, they can't keep up.
Yeah.
And y'all know what? A lot of folks don't even want them to keep up.
Yeah, and you just said on the ground, so that made me think boots on the ground, which is King referred to where we were. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Gustavus. Hey family, how are you doing this evening? Hey, we got Donovan. We got Elaine Thomas. Danda. Okay. Yeah. Hey, how are you doing? Danda Machado, how are you doing this evening? So guys, big shout out to the ones that are out there, those boots on the ground that are telling the truth. They're trying to keep you updated because, like I said earlier, these old media outlets, the 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever, they're telling you what you want to hear. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Those of you who are out there on Spotify, we have some people tuning in on Apple, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. It doesn't matter, guys. Wherever you is, whatever your platform is, we appreciate your support and thank you from the J&B Live family. We love you, and if you're new here, we want you to hit that subscribe button, guys. We want to hit like. We want you to share. We want you to send them beams, them hearts, and comments, of course. And pull up your voice till we want to hear what you're thinking. Let us know what you guys are thinking. We want you to join in on this conversation. So get in those comments, drop your thoughts, and just let us know what you're thinking. I don't care if it's spicy. I don't care if it's boring. It doesn't matter. We're ready to go, guys. So let's talk about it.
Right. Now, well, let's get into this. What is legacy media? Legacy media, and why people are leaving. All right, let's get into that. All right, Doc B, it's like this. Let's break it down for the people in the back. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
When you say legacy media, what exactly are you talking about?
Okay, we're talking about the big dogs, the ones, those big time companies. We're talking about the old newspapers as well. You got the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. We got the prime time anchors. We got big cable channels. We got the talk shows with the official word, where they have the breaking news. So they're narrating it so that you follow along with them and you start to believe what they're saying. So that's why I was saying earlier, you have to be careful with what you hear and be willing to research it so that you know that it's the truth, guys. These are the outlets that used to tell you what to think. They're telling you what they want you to hear so they can persuade you to think a certain different way. They're telling you how to think and when to think it.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. It's not the same. You're so right about that, Doc B. And folks would actually trust them because that's the news.
Yeah.
Back then it's like whatever you saw in the news, you believed it to be true. No questions asked.
Yes.
But now, look here. Folks done peep game. People understand the trust is gone with these old legacy media companies. People they gone. They see the bias, they see the spin, they see the clickbait. We especially with that Fox News, Lord knows, oh my God, they are the worst. And I hate to say it, CNN right behind them. CNN used to be trusted.
And not just that, CBS not far behind them either.
You actually right about that.
Yes.
And so a lot of people are saying to themselves, they rather find out by themselves instead of trusting the big media.
Yeah, they're spinning it the way that they want to spin it, guys. So Portia, thank you for joining us again, and much love to you. Thank you for your gift again. We appreciate you, Danda, Machado, Floyd, Joe. Thank you guys for joining us this evening.
Yeah,
guys.
some of you guys, we do have a rose, a rose. Goodness gracious, I done lost words. We're trying to get to 100 roses on today's show, guys. So if you guys can go ahead and send those roses. Let's get to a rose goal. Let's get to our goal, guys. Today we're gonna hit that goal today, guys. All right.
And thank you for the hearts. Thank you for those hearts. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. Tell us in the chat, guys. When was the last time you actually sat down and watched the news, guys? Be honest. Some of y'all don't even know what channel the news is on. Okay, because some of you done got caught up in the little fire stick, so you don't even watch the news anymore.
Yeah, that's so true. Most people are not watching the 6 o'clock news no more like they used to. Let's be honest, some of y'all don't even know what channel the news is on like you used to.
Okay, guys, now, and that's what legacy media has left it in. That's why it's gone. It's checked out. The people are choosing real news, even if it's messy. And guys, we're gonna talk about it, okay?
So let's ask this question: who controls the narrative now?
So actually, that's a very important question. I mentioned this earlier. They're spinning the news and they tell you what they want you to hear so that they can persuade you to think a certain way. Now let's get into who's running these shows these days, because baby, it ain't Walter Cronkite, it ain't Dan Rather. Geraldo, it's you and it's your cousin with a phone and a ring light. Because some people don't miss a beat when it comes to the news. I know it was a fire in Atlanta, and before it could even get to the news, somebody was headed out there on TikTok.
I know that's right. Come on now. Social media has changed the whole game, y'all. Y'all got TikTokers breaking news stories faster than CNN.
Yes.
I said it earlier. You got independent content creators doing long-form investigation journalism with no boss in their ear. One of the things that Don Lemon talk about, we love Don. When Don left CNN, see, Don said he couldn't say what he wanted to say, and when he did, they got upset.
Yeah.
Same thing with Roland Martin. They all was part of these big legacy media companies at one time, but they had to spin the narrative based on what the bosses told them to do, the producers told them to do. They couldn't tell the news how it happened. They had to spin it so you can believe whatever they trying to tell you.
Yeah. So guys, and even when you think about it, Broker J3, Fox News is one of those supporters of Donald Trump. So he could do no wrong, according to Fox News. Still to this day, they are not going to say anything too negative against him because they're afraid. And a lot of these news anchors now, they're afraid of getting sued by the president, or they're afraid of losing their jobs, or both. So that this is where we are now. And so we act like we don't love what's going on now. We love how TikTok brings us the latest. I love it. But there's a dark side to that as well, because some folks are out there just chasing that clout. They're chasing those likes. They're chasing those comments. They're spinning the narratives, and they putting out what's called half truth for views only, guys. Only.
And that's what's crazy. Shout out to Miss St. James. She said channel 2, 5, and 7 on the news channel.
Okay.
If that's where it's at, where you at, then all right now.
And Gus Taylor said he sit down every day and watch the news. That's good. That's good. You
right.
need to stay informed. There's nothing wrong with sitting down and watching the news. You just have to be careful to make sure that they're not spinning the narrative to believe what they want you to believe. Sometimes you got to research it and go to different outlets to make sure that information is accurate.
That's right. You got to
That's
watch.
all I'm saying, guys.
You got to watch out for the fake news on both sides.
Yeah.
But the beauty is, people have choices now. You don't have to just accept one perspective. You can find multiple voices, some local and even some global.
And that's powerful. That's a powerful statement. In other words, research it and you determine what's true. And especially for us people, we finally have the tool to tell our own stories without waiting for some big networks to approve us. And that's powerful, guys, because now we have our own voices.
That's right. Big shout out to the citizen journalists out there,
Yes.
the bloggers, the podcasters,
Yes.
and the vloggers. Y'all already know the new legacy. That's what we're called. Whether you know it or not, let's talk about it.
Yes,
the
guys.
good, the bad, and what? The messy.
Okay, guys, let's not romanticize about this, because what you hear sometimes can get messy. Thank you, Jen, for joining in. Thank you, Link. Thank you for the gifts. We appreciate it. When everyone is a publisher, because if everybody's out there on TikTok, Instagram, posting or whatever, everybody becomes a publisher. Everybody think they're an expert at what they're doing. And baby, some of these folks could not fact check their way out of a paper bag. So that's what I'm saying. Be careful what you hear on these social media outlets.
Exactly.
And the primetime shows as well.
Exactly. And you know what's funny about B? I hear this a lot. A lot of people are talking about, oh, you can't trust these social medias because, a bunch of conspiracy theories and so forth like that. But what's amazing is you find out some real facts from social media that the real media, legacy media, is not even telling you.
That's true.
That don't even make any sense. Like Doc B say, they spinning it. You can't fall for it. One post goes viral. It could be true.
Yeah.
It could be total nonsense.
Yeah.
But once it's out there, the damage is already done. Meanwhile, the correction gets 2 likes. When somebody come out there and tell the truth, they get 2 likes. But when you put that mess out there, that nonsense, that untruth, it go viral.
And see what happens, and I'm thinking about the Haitians. I can't remember what state it was about that eating people's cats and dogs.
I think that was Maryland.
Yeah, it just took off and it just ran. People didn't want to hear the facts when that mayor of that city came out and said that it was not true. They didn't care anything about it. They kept spinning the fact that the incorrect information, and a lot of people believe that mess.
Yeah, and that's what's really crazy. It's like you got people that put out that propaganda, putting that mess out there. People believe it, But then when you have the sheriff, the sheriff of that same city telling you that's not true, you got the governor telling you that's not true, but you believe the people that constantly spread the lies as being true.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So now we went from we trust everything legal, the legacy media has to say, to we trust nothing. And I don't got to that point. That's why I don't watch a lot of those legacy medias anymore. We just believe the first thing we see on Twitter is wild. So you have to be careful, because we know who owns Twitter, and a lot of y'all are believing everything that you read. Guess what? On Twitter. Okay?
Yeah, that's funny when you talk about Twitter or X. When you talk about Elon Musk. Now it's crazy to bring this up right now. It's funny how that man did everything to help Donald Trump, become president. And then once Donald Trump turned his back on him, now Elon Musk is coming out trying to tell everybody all the stuff that he know to be true from the lies from before. And it's like people don't want to believe him now. He's like, I'm telling you guys the truth now because he lied so much trying to help Donald Trump
trying to help him win.
Become president.
Yeah.
The thing is, balance is key. You have to check your sources. You just can't believe it because somebody tell you. Cross-check those receipts, guys. Ask, who posted this? What was their agenda? What was the reason why they posted it? And what don't they want you to see? That's the real question.
And guess what? They don't want you to see it because guess what? They don't want you to know it, guys. And so don't be a lazy listeners. If you care about the truth, which I know you do your homework. Be okay with saying, I don't know about that. That don't sound right. Because I know I've questioned it several times before. That don't sound right. Let me find out. And I'm going to have to investigate that. That's how you handle grown folks' business, guys.
Exactly. So, guys, you do us a favor right now. Drop a comment, y'all. Have you ever shared something that turned out to be fake? Be honest. Let's talk about it. Whether you found something out, you thought it was real. On Facebook, they have these things all the time. There's like, oh, Will Smith passed away.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to this person. Rest in peace. And then when you go check the facts, you realize they not dead. But yet you might have, oh my God, Will Smith dead. And then you'll go post, rest in peace, Will Smith. We love you. And then come to find out he not really dead. Somebody just put that out there. They call that clickbait.
Yes, there's a lot of clickbait out there, and there's a lot of clickbaiting because they want the views, they want the comments, because guess what? They may be getting paid based on the number of views and comments they have. So that's why I'm saying, if once I see somebody has passed away, I think it was last week, I can't remember who it was, but we went right away and researched it because we're like, we didn't hear that. That can't be. We just saw him on such and such and such and such. So that's why you take the time. Don't be lazy. Take the time and research it, guys. Thank you, Petro, for joining us.
So again, guys, if you guys ever posted anything and you found out that it was fake, let us know. Let's talk about it.
Okay, guys. So now we're gonna talk about building better, the new legacy, guys. Thank you, King, for joining us.
King back again.
He back. Okay,
he
I
back.
think so.
Okay. Just be nice this time, King.
Yes, TV 13. Thank you for joining us as well. Okay, guys. So where do we go from here? Okay. Legacy Media has left the building, but what do we build in its place? Broker J3, what do you think?
What we do is we build community truth. That's what we do. We support independent media that's fair. We support that. So if you know somebody's out there that's giving you real news, truth news, let's support them. Somebody that's being honest about what they're putting out there and that's rooted to reality. See, we already know it's a lot of people out there. They put out some real fake stories. Like for instance, Iran. Their nuclear program was totally obliterated. They'll never have it again. We done heard that garbage running on over and over again, even though the people that's over there saying that's not the case. Yeah. So we gotta be careful, and also, we put our money behind those platforms, and And know why? Because you want to start supporting those people that's giving you that real information. Because we do the same thing. We put our money behind our own platform because we know what we're putting out there to the people, and we teach our kids to question everything.
Yes.
Research everything and think for yourselves. Don't let somebody tell you something. You just believe what they tell you. I don't care if it's your mama.
Yeah.
You know, your mama back in the day, your mama would tell you sit too close to the TV, you're gonna go blind. You know, we realized that was a lie.
Okay, now you gonna get in trouble with some mamas around here now.
Yeah, my mama watching. Hey, I'm sorry, mama, but you know.
Okay, all right, guys. So we talked about it's time for us to make media work for you. And I mentioned earlier that I am an advocate. I watch Roland Martin. I do Don Lemon. I even like Jolly. I can't think of Jolly's first name. Jack, you know. Yeah. Those are, they keep it real. Now, I had to pull back from Roland a little bit because he do too much cussing for me. I was saying to myself, you are what you eat. So I had to pull back from him. I had to cut it down to like 1 or 2 days a week because he loved to cuss. But still, he keeps it real.
Yeah, he does.
He does. And nothing is off limits for them. And they, you know, even during the show, they're going to break it down to you step by step. And then they're going to give you an opportunity to ask questions. So you can even chime in. And even Don Lemon has a panel where he has panels of people who are actually able to participate in the podcast. But guys, this means that we're sharing the information wisely. They're sharing the information with us. And what you want to do as a viewer, you want to spend your clicks with intention. If you're visiting these sites, you're tuning in to these podcasts, you want to be intentional about it. And you want to call out misinformation when you see it.
Exactly. Because, you know, your timeline is your news station. That's what it is. All the people that you follow, like, subscribe to, that's where you're getting your information from. So and that's how the algorithm works. Yes. We already know that. So, you know, like if you one of them guys, you like seeing women shake their butt, that's what's going to be showing up on your timeline. You know, it is what it is. If you into church and you love church or gospel music, that's what's going to show up on your timeline. If you enjoy good news, you're going to follow and subscribe to those things that give you the good news. So, you know, you have to keep it healthy. You know, support the voices that tell the truth, even when it's uncomfortable.
Yes, it is. And Twitter is one, since we're talking about that. Twitter, Elon Musk, if for those people who are Trump supporters, guess what? He's going to keep feeding you that same thing. He's spinning the narrative just for you. He's not going to tell you anything negative about Trump if he knows that you're a Trump supporter. It's built as part of the algorithm.
Exactly.
And then, guys, we have a responsibility as well to teach our children. Don't let them grow up thinking that the first viral video that they see is gospel. Teach them to dig deeper, and that's how you're going to build a new legacy. You're going to build a legacy of educators who know how to search for the truth for themselves.
Exactly. So what we want to do, we want to shout out to the real ones, the ones out there that's actually doing what they supposed to do. Because this is work, guys. This is the future. I promise you, the same way at one time a lot of us used to watch the VHS. What happened? They disappeared. DVD came out. Then what happened after DVD? Streaming. Things change. Nobody's waiting till 6 o'clock and get in front of TV to watch 6 o'clock news. What they're doing is popping out their phone, tablet, or getting on their computer, and they're going to their favorite news source and they're watching that information. Yes. You understand? Yes. Legacy media has left the building. So what are we building next? That's what we need to talk about.
And if you don't believe exactly what we're saying about legacy media leaving the building, if you go on YouTube, most of the outlets, the legacy medias, CNN, NBC, ABC, all of them have YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So if they can't get you to watch the TV, then they're going to get you on YouTube, and social media outlets. So that's what they're doing. And that's why we're saying those outlets, those legacy medias have left the building because they don't have those same numbers that they
No,
once had.
they have to follow the platform.
Yeah, they're following the platforms, guys. So just remember this, guys. The power is in your hands now. Be mindful of what you watch, what you share, and what you believe. Tell your own story. Hold people accountable for that misinformation, and keep learning.
Exactly. And you know what? Stop letting folks feed you junk and call it news. Okay? You have to stop doing that. We got options now, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So let's use those options. We love y'all. We thank y'all for riding with us on
Yes,
all the
thank
platforms.
you. Thank
You know,
you.
whether it's Spotify,
Thank you, yes.
Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Lemonade, fan base, wherever we see you, we appreciate you on all of our platforms. Okay?
Okay, guys. So this wraps pretty much everything up. So, guys, much love to everyone tuning in, commenting, sharing, and speaking truth with us. Keep those receipts. Keep that mind sharp, and keep building your own legacy, guys. See you next time on JB Live, and until next time,
I'm Broker J3.
I'm Dr. V, guys. Let's
Let's
talk
talk
about
about
it. Thank you, guys.